Thank you so much for taking the time. How are you doing today?
I'm good in yourself.
Good, good. It's funny. I remember in January, right after you fought Angelo Leo, you come back. This is, during the height of the pandemic. We're still in Uncasville and everything's done through Zoom. And I told you that you threw nearly 1,200 punches in that fight. And your reaction was pretty priceless. You're like, I didn't realize that until you just told me. Looking back at that performance, um, you know, how amazing was it, first of all, that you did that? And do you feel like you're even capable of doing more?
It was amazing because I didn't even feel like I threw that many punches. I just was fighting at that point. But this leading up to like now, I feel like we're going to throw way more punches.
Mm-hmm. And which is amazing because, I mean, I think that was like the third all time in the super bantamweight division. So when we're talking about doing even more, you did that after having COVID. Did you feel like that impacted you whatsoever going into that fight?
No, I feel like having COVID and losing the opportunity just made it more better for me to want to, get in there and not even give a fuck, if that makes any sense. I feel like I lost a lot. So it was like, I didn't even give a fuck what happened.
No, actually that does make a lot of sense. So, I mean, in a weird kind of turn of events, here Figueroa is coming in after getting COVID. When you hear that, what was your initial reaction? Obviously, there's got to be some disappointment, but how did you go about and how did you handle that?
I went about it just, I feel like we just got to let God handle things. It wasn't, if it was the right time, then we would have fought. But it wasn't the right time. Now it's the right time. And now everything is on track. And I feel like God puts us through these situations for a reason, to make us tough and make us, come out of things with our head held high.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's part of the reason that I wasn't so upset at the fact that I knew I've had it. So I can't be upset at him for catching COVID. It ain't like we wanted it. So I couldn't be so much but upset. Now, after the fact, I just was, let's go to Krispy Kreme, get some donuts, Wingstop, get some chicken wings. Let's walk the strip. Let's get something to drink, and we get back to it when we get back home. Get a little rest and get back to it, and that's what I did.
That kind of ability to kind of taper off, realize, okay, we went through, we were training, but let's not overtrain. Is that difficult to manage? The idea of not overtraining or knowing when to begin, when to let off. What was that like?
That wasn't difficult at all. I know my body. I've been doing this for years, so it's like, I've been pro for 7 years and amateur for a gazillion. So it's like I understand how my body operates and works. So me taking some time off, like a week or something, was the perfect and the best thing for me to do. Mm-hmm. But it's not hard to.
Okay, so when we were talking before your fight with Leo, we did take a look at like the future, and we talked about the future of the super bantamweight division, and I'm pretty positive we talked about the possibility of Figueroa fighting Neri in the future, and I let it slip that, okay, how would you see things playing out if you fought Neri? And you said to me, you're like, oh, so you're picking Neri to win too. So it was kind of like we both thought Neri was going to win that fight. How surprised were you that Figueroa ended up pulling that one out?
I wasn't surprised, only because if I made a fight prediction that Figueroa would win. Mm-hmm. I made a fight prediction. He was the bigger man, and it showed. Like, I feel like his punches wasn't really affecting Neri, but his body, like his weight, size, and experience kind of weighed down on him, drained him, and then when he ripped that body shot, it was curtains for him.
So when you're watching that fight and you're taking a look at it, what are some of the things that you can take away from it? Obviously, you and Neri are very different fighters, but what were like the little pieces that kind of like you could highlight in that fight, about Figueroa and say something about him as a fighter?
The pressure and ability for him to get hurt in that early round and want to keep going, that was major. I can see that was major for him. That was a major highlight key, that he doesn't have any quit in his system, and I like that. So I can highlight that for him. Neri, he was with the boxing. He was doing good boxing, but he didn't have the stamina to keep that up.
And that's the thing, the stamina to keep that up. I mean, you've proven that you have the stamina to keep that up. I mean, you showed that against Leo, but as you said, this one, I mean, we both are thinking that this is going to be, as you said, even more punches than that fight. Do you think that he's ready for that, for 12 rounds, to have that kind of energy? He did it for 7. Do you think, does it go 12 doing that?
I don't think the fight goes 12 at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see the fight going 12. And that's just me being honest. I feel like I'm a different fighter this go around, like I was last go around. Each year, each fight, I go through things that test me or to push me to a limit. And I can say I've been through that since I've been out here. Since I've been alone, I've isolated myself. I put myself in an uncomfortable position to challenge myself. And since I've been doing that, I feel like it's changed me and shaped me into a better fighter. So I don't see this fight going the distance. I'm a stronger fighter. I'm a smarter fighter. And honestly, I know a lot of people like, box him. I mean, we need you to box him. It'd be easy to box him. That's cool and all, but I think I want to show this different side of me, that the fighting side of me first.
And I think that's the thing that makes you so dangerous, is that you're capable of many things. Even going into the Leo fight, a lot of people are like, okay, you're the better boxer, but you stood toe to toe and you bullied him around the ring. Is he going to be surprised that when he gets in there, can you out pressure a pressure fighter?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I think it'd be surprising, but at that point, it wouldn't even be surprising. It'd be, what can I do to go around this? What can I do to beat him now? I feel like that's what it'll be. He'll have to go back to his father and get the right directions.
Mm-hmm.
But will it be too late for him to make those adjustments? That's what I'm thinking. Like, would it be too late to make those adjustments?
He said something interesting. I think it was in an interview with Boxing Junkie recently. He said that it's a matter of time before he moves up to 126. Now, we can all talk about the future, young guy. That makes sense that he'd be thinking that way. But to say that before this fight, do you think that it's a sign that he might be struggling to stay at this weight division?
For sure, that's a sign. I feel like it's a sign that shows a tad bit weakness. Because if we being realistically, I'm big, and of course, I'm going to move up eventually. But I'm not going to let you know, like, say that. I wouldn't say it because I would have that advantage. But now he said it before, and I noticed that, and I know that, so I know what I'm dealing with. I know what's in front of me. So he kind of gave me the heads up ahead of time.
When you think about this fight, you said you don't see it going 12. How do you see this one playing out?
I see it going like 9. 9 max.
And is it more so that you just don't think he has the motor to keep up with you in that kind of pace?
No, he do. I don't think he has the defense too.
Gotcha. And of course, with a win over Brandon Figueroa, especially, impressively, obviously people are going to be calling for, hey, that unification bout, full unification. You told me a while back, even before the Leo fight, that's your ultimate goal. It's still the same plan.
Yep, same plan. I'm still here, so it might as well be the same goal. Ain't nobody do it, so I got to do it.
Well, Steven, every time you've said something to me so far, you've made it all come true. And, nothing surprises me.
And I've said that plenty of times. Everything I've said leading up to my whole career has been coming true. And people don't pay that no mind, because some people may not be watching. The ones that do watching, they probably see it just like, oh, damn, it is. That's true. But they don't really dig what I'm doing. Like, I've been writing and planning out my whole career since I started. Everything I said I was going to do, I've done it, and I'm going to continue to do it.
So far, you're batting 1,000, and I'll look forward to seeing you, do it against Figueroa. So, Steven, thank you so much, and best of luck.
Appreciate you. Thanks.